This was not perfect. Bro, you said... That's not perfect. It's a total disaster. Please stop. Everyone, please stop calling In Praise of Shadows a faggot. Idiot, retard, loser, confirmed. Right, guys, let's fill you in. Recently, a YouTuber called In Praise of Shadows released a video about conservative horror movies, ostensibly. That was supposed to be like the title and what the thing was about. Bad conservative horror movies, I believe was the title, right? And I watched it, and my coverage actually, funnily enough, just went out yesterday, if you wanted to see my kind of take on it live. But there was a lot of fundamental issues with the piece, okay? There was a lot of fundamental issues. So basically, the first issue was that it was the Kevin Spacey thing. So I can absolutely understand people don't like Kevin Spacey and whatnot. But for me personally, he's never been convicted of any crime. Although I think he has done misconduct at times, I don't think that he needs to be cancelled forever. I think that, you know, if he wants to kind of continue to try and work and get gigs and stuff, I don't really see an issue with that. And Kevin Spacey was due to appear at what seemed like this kind of a shitty horror con, right? It's kind of like, you know, like a sort of has-been actor has to go to some stupid con because it's all the work they can get. It kind of came across like that, right? Bear in mind, Kevin Spacey was like an Oscar winner, and his entire reputation has been totally destroyed. And yet still, there's this big complaint about him going to a horror con, which is like the lowest of the low in terms of like prestige, you know? But anyway, I was like, this is a bit stupid, bit dumb, you know? Another thing I noted when I watched someone else's coverage of it was that he also called Kevin Spacey an alleged rapist. And I don't think Kevin Spacey has been accused of rape, I don't believe. I don't think anyone's ever accused him of that. Which is a pretty insane claim just to say that out of nowhere. But anyway, so that was really stupid. He then was like moaning and he was complaining about this con, and he had to wear like a paper wristband and it wasn't very good and stuff like that. Anyway, I skipped through it quite a lot because it was quite long. He was also complaining and moaning about the fact his channel doesn't make any money. And he was saying that, you know, actually, I only make $500 one month because for some reason. And it's like, dude, why are you complaining? If you don't like the fact you're not making any money from your YouTube channel, put some more effort in and get some more content out. Okay? That's it. It's literally that fucking simple. That's it. Anyway, that was really stupid and dumb, and he was moaning. He seemed very bitter, like he'd given a kind of take that wasn't well received about The Hills Have Eyes. And he seemed very bitter and annoyed about that. And he was complaining about that loads too, and saying it was the reason his channel is tanked and people still mention it now and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, if you have a bad take on something and people don't like it, it's probably going to haunt you. Yes. Especially if you don't seemingly address it or something or clarify, which he doesn't really seem to have meaningfully done from what I can tell. It's like, yeah, people didn't like your take. People are going to shit on you for it, you know? Welcome to the internet. If you don't like it, move on, address it, don't address it, but stop fucking crying about it, right? Anyway, moving on from there. The final part of the video, he kind of did this kind of H-Bomber guy-esque move, right? Where he then made the video, the last 30 or 40 minutes, okay, was then just about Wendigoon. And he was being critical of Wendigoon. And then beyond that, he was also like shitting on a bunch of Wendigoon's friends, all of who have got like large prominent YouTube channels. And then it was just the shittest criticism you've heard. And some of it wasn't just like shit or lame or soy. Some of it was just wrong. Some of it was just patently wrong and incorrect, right? So it was like badly researched, soy, gay, lame. Yeah, it's like King of Nothing, like the King of Nothing thing, where he made a claim that wasn't even true, right? Yeah, it was absurd. And he slandered. In my perspective, he absolutely slandered people. And the worst of it, I think, was he was very smug about it too. And the worst of it was probably Brandon Buckingham, right? Because he claimed that Brandon Buckingham had made a rape threat. And that is rooted in something that Brandon Buckingham said to Sneeko as a joke about running the train on his partner, but she would be a willing participant in this hypothetical shit talking. And Sneeko claimed that was like a rape threat. And then this guy presumably heard about that, didn't look into it, and just repeated the claim, even though it had come from Sneeko, someone you would have thought this guy would like fundamentally disagree with. And it was just a completely false claim in order to smear Brandon Buckingham in the first place. Just shocking, like shockingly low levels of research. And I think the thing is it's like, to me, he was trying to do the H bomber guy thing, and I think it kind of backfired, right? I think what he didn't realize is that, say what you want about H bomber guy, and from my perspective, some of the very gay kind of like, you know, plagiarism hunting that you saw after that video came out, I think at least H bomber guy crossed his T's and dotted his I's and actually had evidence, researched evidence to demonstrate, you know, why Matey Boy, what's his name, James Somerton, why James Somerton was actually a plagiarist, but he didn't really seem to have much meat on the bone and just seemed to repeat claims that he's heard, possibly third hand, about some of these YouTubers. And it's like, bro, you are like slapping, you are taking a slap at all these different YouTubers with big platforms, and you're, you know, saying stuff wrong, getting stuff wrong, like slandering them and acting like having associations is some terrible thing. It was just a really shit video, okay? Anyway, I covered it. I gave my takes on it. You can see my live take on it in the video that went up yesterday. There's been further drama, though. Obviously, some of the people that are mentioned have replied, so we're going to look at a couple of those, okay? Gacha Sim, thank you very much for the membership. And on top of that as well, there has been just a flood of drama that's happened because this IPOS guy, in Praise of Shadows, has had a complete meltdown over this, right? So he's done a badly researched video, released it, gotten criticized for it heavily, particularly by the people that he's criticized in his video, in some cases in very slanderous ways. And he gets pushback, and he immediately folds and immediately crumbles, and he can't even really meaningfully back up his points publicly. And he's kind of like stepped back slowly but surely. So at first, he deleted the segment about Wendigoon, right? And then he started putting out public statements about it. And then he's now reverted, after deleting some of those, to like coping in his Discord about it amongst his community. He's like crying in his Discord about whether or not his career is going to be okay. It's like, bro, it's so pathetic. Like, stand up for yourself, you know? Either you agree with wonderful. It, say that and say why, or say I was wrong about this. Take responsibility. Very cringe, but we're going to look at some of that now. Thank you for the €2. Appreciate it. Yeah, and also, yeah, sorry, that's another point as well, which we're, I think, it's going to come up anyway. But he's also deleted the whole video now. So the whole video has been deleted. So he's gone from making the video, putting it, thank you very much for the 10 memberships, very generous of you. So he's gone from put the video out in full to, I'll just delete the segment about Wendigoon after getting a bit of criticism, right? And then he's tried to put out public statements and got more pushback. And then he's retreated back to his Discord and he's deleted the entire video. What are you doing, bro? What on earth's happening here? Do you not stand by what you said? All that work that you put into the editing and putting that together, and you're so ashamed with the work now you've been criticized for it, you were just going to delete the whole thing. Mental. And, you know, I saw obviously some people were being kind of very gracious, like Mutahar was very gracious, Wendigoon was very gracious in the light of what was happening. But in like a tweet. But Nicholas Diorio, I think I would probably side more so with his perspective. And it's like, why should you let up just because someone is acting like a complete pussy about it, you know? Like if someone was to come out publicly and just state very clearly, here's what I got wrong, right? Then that would be maybe more reasonable to say, okay, well, he's recognizing his mistakes and hopefully he's going to, you know, move forward and we'll see in the future. But he didn't do that. First of all, he released this thread, which was like somewhat defensive of his actions. But in that, he like, you know, revalidated the idea that Mutahar was a transphobe for using that thumbnail of Keffals, you know, and gave a very kind of limp apology to Brandon Buckingham for fucking slandering him. It's like, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Anyway, we covered that obviously when we looked at the video the first time round. But what we'll do is we'll look at some of the other updates that have happened that I didn't catch last time and I've not covered since. So first of all, we're going to start here, okay? Right? So let's start off with this Patreon post that he did. Let's begin here. Hey, Kristen Ark, how's it going? Dude, I've actually had to... Do you know, Kristen Ark has been a great source of info for this. So much respect to Kristen Ark for putting this one together. Oh my God, Jay Meta with the $50 super sticker. That is insane. Thank you so much. Fan character jumping in the air in front of a big red heart with pom-poms in in their hands. Based. Thank you for the $50. It's super generous. Appreciate that. Absolute legends. Thank you. Absolute legend. Thank you. Right. Okay, guys. No, it's not a gay sticker. It's a base sticker, and I like that sticker. That's in fact, that's my favorite sticker, I would say. Okay, so this is always a bad sign where someone puts out like a public statement. He then ended up privating his account, okay? And then he's kind of slithered away to his Patreon. And the reason I think this is a really lame sign is because when someone puts out a Patreon statement like this, the very clear intent from where I'm sitting is to kind of gesture and signal towards your core fan base, right? Is to solicit this kind of level of support. You know, you want people to kind of crowd around you and be like, there, mate, it's okay, it's fine, you're going to be all right. And that is also backed up, I think, by the fact that he's slimed back further and he's kind of moved away back even from the Patreon, and he's now in his like Discord server coping. You know, it's like very slimy behavior. You know, not standing up and being like, actually, do you know what? This is why I agree with it. This is why I disagree, or whatever. You know, it's fucking pathetic, man. Anyway, let's have a look and see what he said in this. Hey, everyone. Sorry for not saying anything sooner. I wanted to take a few days to clear my head and genuinely listen to the conversation going around this video before I addressed it. Flat out, I let my emotions get the best of me here. Okay. I think like an emotional outburst is understandable when you're on a live stream or something like that, right? Like if he was on a live stream and he started sawing out about Wendigoon or something, I mean, I can at least understand it's live. You can't really control that. Maybe you just had a moment of madness. But like you made an edited video. You put together this video, 3 hours edited video, and now you're like, oh, I let my emotions get the better. How? What do you mean? What is wrong with these people where they're editing this video and they don't have a little check of themselves? Where they're like, okay, I'm being a bit excessive here. Maybe I need to trim this out. Oh, this script is a bit much. I probably shouldn't say this. I probably should double check that or something like that, right? But no. Yeah, exactly. He was probably sat there seething for months, writing the script, recording it and stuff like that. And now he's released it. He's getting pushback. He's like, oh God, I was so emotional. Bro, it was an edited video that probably took you a little while to make. Yeah, I was so emotional during the scripting and the recording and the editing and then the rendering and then the uploading, making the thumbnail, doing the title, scheduling it for release. And oh my God, I was so emotional through that. I can't believe it, dude. Anyway, let's continue. Also, yes, lactating cowboy, correct. That is another good point as well, right? So it's often a far better option unless you're so if you're a massive channel. Thank you, Astro Boy, for the resub. Chud, you're my second or third favorite Brit or content creator, even though you're a chaser and a Labour voter, which is even worse. Cheers. Well, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. I don't know what the lactating thing is about. Yeah, Toby Fox is a troll. Okay, Toby Fox is a known troll. Do not believe him for 1 second. Okay. Anyway, lactating cowboy, great name. Yeah. So when it comes to YouTube, if you're like a massive H-bomber guy sized channel with a big Patreon, you can afford to put out like a fucking massive video, and it'll probably you're probably making shitloads of money anyway and stuff like that. But particularly like a smaller channel, I mean, he's got quite a few subs, but at his size, it would be far better to do 4, say 3 1-hour videos, or maybe 4 videos, But instead, he's kind of lumped it all into one, trying to imitate and ape the style of people that are bigger than him. And it's like, you're just costing yourself ad revenue. Like, if you've got the video edited, just find a couple of, a few natural endpoints for a segment, which he's got it segmented out, and just do like, 4 separate uploads throughout the month. You'd probably, get way more ad revenue that way. It's like he's doing YouTube wrong, It's like he's fucking it up. Why? Why do it like that? Why not be a bit smarter about your release? And if you don't have 4 videos in a month, take a 3-hour video and make 4 videos about it. That's probably going to, do a lot better than the 1 3-hour video, right? Anyway, it's not always the case. Some people can get away with doing a big video because of the size of their channel and the support they get already. But yeah. And this is something that other YouTubers who do edited content and essays and stuff have said, that it's probably better to segment it out rather than just do it all in one lump. Anyway, continuing on. Okay. This wasn't my best work and this wasn't my best self. This was made out of anger. Oh, I fucking hate Wendigoon so much. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking... How do you let anger get the better of you to this level, bro? What's wrong with you? You should not be a content creator if this level of anger is going to tilt you like this for months. Then it's going to completely ruin the whole video. This was made out of anger, and I should never lower myself to do that. And before I say anything, I should say sorry to you for engaging myself this way. I won't be taking on another project like this again. You know me as being a media analysis channel, and that is what I should be. I should promote love in horror through providing a positive example. I thought that I was doing good here, and I think to an extent I did do some good, but I could have gone about it differently. This was not perfect and needed more time in the oven, pure and simple, and that was totally on me. The past few years have been a very dark time for me. The slow, gradual decline... Oh my god, dude. This was not perfect. Bro, you said... That's not perfect. It's a total disaster. You didn't research properly and said things about people that weren't true and had to retract pretty big claims. That's wild. That's not just not perfect. That's like acting like there was an editing mistake here or there or something like that. Not potentially, slandered someone. Anyway, fucking crazy how much he's downplaying it in his own mind. Yeah, exactly. Especially on an edited video. Why would you, you don't go after, you need to cross the T's and dot the I's so you've got a very strong case. Yes, the whole premise was flawed. I concur. Anyway, dude, the past few years have been a very dark time for me. The slow, gradual decline in the channel, algorithmically, following The Hills Have Eyes, had built a genuine sadness that has followed me a lot. Look, it ain't that fucking deep, bro, okay? You gave a take that people didn't like and they thought was wrong and excessive and too political or whatever about something. Thank you for the $2. I've got water in the fridge. I'll get it in a sec. Like, it's not that deep. Just recognize where you made a mistake or an error, take the L and move on. That's it. You don't need to fucking... It's like his mental is fucked. It's a bit... It's almost like, when you have a bad ranked game, right? And it fucks up your play, so you have to take a break because you recognize that you're not playing very well. He's done that, but with YouTube, right? He's had a bad play that's fucked up one thing for him, fucked up a game for him, but now he's taking that for years onwards. Why? Why? Just fucking get over it. Account for it. Apologize for it. Don't apologize for it. Back your point up. Say why say why you didn't actually think what you said was correct. Whatever in regards to The Hills of Ice, and move forward. That's all you need to do. It's like he's letting this be a fucking career ender. He is giga tilted. Yes, exactly. Bro, listen. I listened to the take. I thought it was dumb. I'm sure some people have been harsher about it, right? But you don't need to let it destroy you. Either you agree with it and you back it up, or you don't, and you think, okay, I've got it a bit wrong, or you've misunderstood me, or whatever it is. But it's like, it's bothering him for years. Crazy. The realities of the situation meant that I had to make a new video every month or so. Wait, what? The realities of the situation meant that I had to make a new video every month or so. And under those circumstances, there would be times where I would not be satisfied with my work, but still had to publish a video because I'd be broke if I didn't. Dude, these fucking you. A video a month. What? Yes, more. You should be doing more. How does it take you a whole month to do one video? If that's the case, you need to find a different way of working because you cannot sustain yourself on one video a month. That is crazy. That's mental. And he's acting like it's some big task as well. Fuck me, dude. Well, if they're long videos, you're making a mistake in your production process. You are doing something wrong then. If, you know, it's like the candles meme, but with YouTube videos. You know, someone help me budgeting my time. My channel is dying. And it's like, you know, I don't know. It's like 300 hours a month filming and editing 1 3-hour video. Whereas you could be doing, you know, you could put maybe 300 hours into producing 2 videos or 3 videos or something like that that are of a decent quality. You know, like you are letting your focus on what you think it should be override what it needs to be to do the thing you want to do. If it's a passion project, okay, if it's like a side hustle or something like that, and you're not reliant on the income, then yeah, obviously you can do whatever the fuck you want because it doesn't matter, right? But if it is your fucking income, you need to move with the times or the times moves you. And the reality is, it's difficult to sustain yourself on 1 video a month. The only way you could do it is maybe if you took sponsorships, right? But this guy doesn't do sponsorships apparently, number 1. Or number 2, you do some live streams. You set up a second channel if you want and do some live streams and get a bit of super cash chat knocking about, you know? Or it's Patreon. Push your Patreon. Yeah, exactly. I just, you know, like, look, obviously I make drama slop, okay? I'm very aware of what I do. And I stream, you know, about 40 hours or so a week. So obviously it's a different model what I'm doing. But I do kind of understand the model that these guys are going for. And I just recognize that it's not sustainable to just do 1 video a month. Maybe if you're like a ContraPoints or a H-Bomber guy, I mean, they release far more fucking seldomly. But a video a month is not enough to sustain an income just from YouTube. You need to have other revenue streams. And out of 400k subs, you're unlikely to be able to generate enough income off Patreon to sustain yourself. So you're going to have to fucking rely on some ad revenue. And for that purpose, you're going to have to put out probably multiple videos a month. It doesn't have to be crazy. I mean, obviously, when you're streaming, you can just cut the segments, or other people do much simpler, quicker edits, like a commentary video or something like that. But you can still put out like a high quality product. You just need to do it a bit differently. You know, shorten the scope of what you're doing. Be more focused in the script. Make it that it's like, I don't know, an hour or something like that. I don't know. I just find it so cringe when people point their fingers everywhere else. And it's like, no. You are doing something wrong. You are not doing something correct. There's plenty of people that do video essays that make an income, okay? So you're clearly doing it wrong. Like, it's like anything, right? Like, if you want to do like a commercial kind of product, you can't do the artsy-fartsy shit. Like, that can't override everything else, you know? Like, look at people that do art online. The ones that are successful and, you know, are fucking pumping out shitty commissions for people left, right, and center. You know? Think of a furry artist, right? Do you think that a furry artist wants to be drawing, you know, graphic, detailed imagery of a dog cock fucking a woman? No, probably not, right? But some artists will take commissions like that because it pays well, and, you know, they'll fucking hold their nose and just do what needs to be done to make the money. Like, you know, I'm sure that they've got an artistic vision of what they want to do. I mean, you know, I'm using that as an extreme example, but the point stands. It's not just about the dog cock, okay? The point stands in that it could be any fucking commission, right? It doesn't matter if it's pornography, not pornography, but like an artist probably isn't probably sat there doing a commission thinking, this is the height of my artistry, okay? This is the height of my artistic merit and endeavors. They're probably just like, I've been paid $200 to do a commission, so I'm going to do it to a standard they'll be happy with and leave it at that, you know? You see what I mean? That's all I'm saying, you know? Yes. It is so, oh my God, that is such a good point. It is so out of touch to be sat there in your editing suite of your fucking YouTube. Oh God, I guess I'm getting started on my one video for the month. Bro, you're hardly doing back-breaking labor, are you? Get on with it and make some fucking content. Do a stream, do anything. Do anything at all. Do a Twitch stream, whatever you want to do. Just do something to generate some income from content that you're making, you know? You could even do a stream where you're fucking doing editing and talk about shit or whatever. Like, there's loads of stuff that you could do. God, it's just so infuriating. Wasted opportunity. Someone sat on loads of subs that they've built up, right? And they're just complaining about having to do a little bit of fucking labor to get a video out once a month. Anyway, I work 9 hours a month and can't make rent. Very cringe. Also, I don't know if what I'm saying is correct here, but he is doing like very kind of what I'm talking about, like lengthy video. Well, let's have a look. So yeah, look. Scream Anatomy of a Franchise, 2 hours long. What Alan Wake is a bad game, 1 hour 40 minute. Some are a bit shorter. 2 hours 10 minutes. I mean, dude, it's like, yeah, cut this up a bit if you really, you know, do part 1 and a part 2. That would probably help you out. What some channels do, which I think is quite clever, is they'll do like a part 1 and then they'll do a part 2 and then they'll do the whole thing all together as one video, right? And that is like maximization of your revenue, because then you're kind of covering all bases, aren't you? You know, if someone just wants to watch it part by part, they can do that. If they just want to have like a background video, they can do that. You know, like, yeah, I don't know. Have you seen that when people do like multiple videos and then do the whole thing at the end, maybe with a bit of extra content, you know? Yeah, I don't know. That's the way you go about doing this sort of thing. That's if I was doing this kind of content, that's how I would do it, you know? Like In Defense of Nicolas Cage, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, hour long. Then In Defense of Nicolas Cage, complete 3 hours 15 minutes with extra footage. Boom, there you go, right? And then you're maximizing the amount of videos you're putting out, revenue potential, more potential. Because the other thing as well, if you're just doing one video, that's less chance of one of your videos then getting recommended in the algorithm. Whereas if you've got 3 separate videos or 4 separate videos, even if it's covering the same topic, right? You've got much more chances of a hook to bring someone in, and then boom, there you go. You're laughing. Yeah, exactly. People don't care either. You know, I've had it where I've watched a video and I'm thinking, oh, I've seen this before. And I realize, oh, it's just the same thing I've watched already, but in like one video. And you just watch something else, you know? Or I mean, if you liked it, maybe you watch it again and just let it play. Like, do you know what I mean? People don't give a fuck about that sort of thing. They recognize you've got to play the game a little bit, you know, in order to actually make money out of this. And so they're not going to begrudge you doing little things like that and little tricks like that, you know, in order to maximize that. But, you know, this guy is just committed to a very ineffective way of actually making revenue out of fucking YouTube and complaining it's not working. Yeah, of course, you're doing it wrong. You know? Like, clearly, something has happened. Like, this guy's content, there is probably some sort of algorithmic issue that has led to his videos being dealt with differently. Because some of these videos previously were getting millions of views. But he's blaming it all on, you know, this Hills Have Eyes thing. When clearly it's not just a Hills Have Eyes thing. There's other things that have happened that you're not taking into account, you know? And also some of this stuff is like a one-off, like getting 8.7 million views. You know, that isn't like always going to happen. You know, that's a kind of one-off for whatever reason. It just the magic clicked and you got a big video out of it, you know? But yeah, there's definitely been something that's happened here. But I think it's a case of him not maximizing and stuff like that, you know? Anyway, very cringe behavior. And, you know, I was actually talking to some people about this BTS, and we were just chatting about the situation. And, you know, my point was just like, yeah, it's never okay, this is the question I would ask you. When have you ever heard someone complaining about the plight of their channel and it's been, you've looked at it and you've gone, oh yeah, this person is correct. This is all YouTube's fault, actually, right? This is all YouTube's fault. This guy's got no personal responsibility here. Everything is outside of his control and it's all being put upon him. It's never the case. I can't think of a single time that that's happened and you haven't looked at it for 5 minutes and gone, well, here's some things that you're doing wrong, actually. You know, you're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. It never happens because the reality is it's always, when you point a finger at someone else, there's always 3 fingers pointing back at you, okay? My ex-manager that died in suspicious circumstances, possibly due to drugs, told me that a long time ago, and I've never forgotten it, right? Never forgotten it. Never forgotten it. Anyway, the other thing as well, and this is something that I learned doing sales, right, is don't sweat the stuff. And this is such a simple concept, but some people just don't seem to get it, right? Okay. Don't sweat the stuff that you can't control, right? There's some stuff that is outside of your control, and there is literally no benefit to being overly concerned about it, you know? You should always be focused on the things that are inside your control. And when it comes to YouTube, that is titles, thumbnails, how are you presenting the video, what's your knowledge like about the algorithm, are you keeping abreast of changes that YouTube are making, are you engaging with the tools that YouTube provide you to understand the best way to do stuff, you know, that sort of thing. That's the fucking shit that you can control, not this you know, like you gave it. So for example, I gave a shit take about The Hills Have Eyes and now my channel is dying because of it. Okay. And it's always externally focused on, you know, these people are saying bad things about me constantly. You cannot stop people saying shitty things about you. What you can do is you can have a control to say something about it to try and remedy the situation, back yourself up, back down, apologize, you know, do something about it, you know, do another video, follow it up. If you feel like you've been misunderstood, make it more clear and state your case more clearly, you know? Whatever, do something about it, you know? Whereas all it seems like this guy's done has freaked out about the negative attention, buried it deep down, and now, in 2024, it's being unleashed as this fucking attack on Wendigoon, you know? Yes, exactly. It probably isn't even to do with his view. That's probably something he's pointing to, but it's not even about that. There's other things that he's doing wrong. Anyway, let's get through this statement because there's a lot more to look at, and I always love a good rant about YouTubers complaining about shit, you know, because it's so annoying to see. Anyway, continuing on. Won't accelerate publish a video because I'd be broke if I didn't. I mean, like, I would not be satisfied with work. Publish a video because I'd be broke if I didn't. Yeah, welcome to reality, dude. Sometimes in the course of like earning a living, you need to do things you don't want to do, okay? There's things that you have to do that you don't necessarily want to do to make money. Everyone has to do that. Oh, it's off. It's off. No. Sorry. It's nice that guys like this can be false label people as far right while hiding behind his orientation, limp-wristed. Pride flag, and then it doesn't say trans flag, it says white flag. Pride flag, trans flag. Pride flag, trans flag. Flag. Okay. So there's that aspect. And further to that, if it really is that fucking bothersome that you have to make videos to earn a living doing YouTube that aren't perfect into your exact artistic vision, which, yeah, welcome to reality, why don't you go and get a normal job? Just go and get a normal job then. Then you don't have to worry about this shit ever again. But guess what? Doing a normal job sucks compared to being a YouTuber most of the time. So I'm sure that's not something you want to do. So nut up, recognize that you're in a very great position, that you've been able to build something here that you can, utilize for your income, and get on with it. Fuck me, dude. These people are insufferable. Lazy, layabout fucking retards. Anyway, let's continue. And after my confrontation with Wendigoon's fans late last year, calling me an F-slur so many times, I built up such an anger at how I had been treated that I decided, dude. Now look, okay? Guys, I'm going to be a bit... The soy is spilling out of my mouth already. I'm going to be a little bit fucking soy here, okay? Right? I don't think that you should call someone an F-slur on the basis of them being gay. If it's just a general insult, I don't care, okay? But obviously, if you look at someone and you think they're gay and you call them the F-slur, yeah, that's pretty fucked up, honestly. That's pretty messed up, guys. Don't do that. I disavow, okay? But the point of this is, okay, yeah, you're going to get insulted, okay? You're going to get called all sorts of names and you're not going to like it necessarily. But again, that's part and parcel of being a fucking public figure, okay? Why are you so upset about getting called a fucking slur? You've got to have a little bit fucking tougher skin than that, you know? Anyway, calling me an F-slur so many times, I built up such an anger at how I've been treated that I decided that I wanted to do a video about my personal situation mixed with a deep-growing conservative nature within certain sections of horror. I thought this was a good idea. Why?
Okay, that's wonderful.
This is the problem. Why are you so partisan about this, bro? Who cares? Thank you for the $2. I don't know if you can prove it's Wendigoon's fans, no. So there's a few conservatives making content about horror movies on YouTube. So what? If you don't like the fact they're conservative, just don't fucking hang around with them, right? I mean, what? I don't know. There's plenty of people that do the kind of content that I do. I don't have a problem with political ideology myself, but I just wouldn't knock about with people that I don't like for whatever reason. Thank you for the $5. I don't know. It's like, what? Why would you not base who you associate with on whether you like them as a person, whether you think they're a decent person or not? Why make it political? Yeah, it's so ironic that he thinks conservatives are invading his hobby. This is why Chud never platforms the J-boys. It's just obviously such a sides-cut perspective and this kind of stuff that you can see why this is to his core audience, because he wants to fucking get all the leftoids on his side, you know? He's like, this is like a bread tube thing. He's trying to gesture towards the bread tubers. Hey guys, yeah, look, I'm against the conservatives, yeah. I'm basically like H-Bomber guy for horror, am I right? It's just so pathetic and wretched. Anyway. I thought it would promote a conversation that needed to be had. I thought and do still think that his level of social power is dangerous. What? Okay. But my video should have probably just focused on the selections related to Hills Have Eyes, and I do see that now. Like, he's just doubling down on his views, man. He's not really he's just like, well, I was correct to talk about it, but I shouldn't have put it in that video. And also, these people cause harm. Oh, someone recommended a book to me about this. But there is like some theory or some thought process around the way these progressive people constantly talk about harm. It's like this overstatement of harm constantly, right? That isn't really tangible. Like if someone gets stabbed and they're bleeding, well, you can clearly identify the harm that's been caused there, and it's very obvious and clear what the situation is. Yes, the righteous mind. Is that it? Whereas they have this kind of like more abstract concept of it, where they can just kind of come up with this concept of what a harm is and state that, and then that is a harm. And it's like, but no, where's the harm? What is the harm here? What actual harm is being caused from a conservative talking about horror movies on YouTube? There is no fucking harm that you can point to, you know? Anyway, I do need to read. Is there an audiobook? Can I listen to the fucking audiobook or something? That'd probably be easier. Anyway. Okay, let's continue on. On the sections related to Wendigoon's cultural appropriation, I think in particular I could have done better. I know that it is a very tricky thing to talk about topics of gender, women, race, and the history of these concepts as a white dude on the internet. I'm white. I'm a white guy on the internet. I know it's tough. I'm gonna self-flagellate. Put me on the cross. Put me on the cross for being a white guy. Come on, dude. These people are so pathetic. This triggered Chud. I mean, well, if you want to call it triggered, that's fine, I guess. I find it a very pathetic. Like you know, if anything, you should be proud of being white, to be honest with you. No, I just think it's so cringe to be like, oh, I'm so sorry for saying my opinion as a white guy. Why? Why does it matter what race you are? Okay? If you've got something wrong that you can point to specifically and you think it's, you know, like, fine, but it's never anything specifically point to. It's just the general idea that they're white, that your white essence gives you some sort of change in your opinion or perspective because you're white. It's fucking absurd. And it's never condoned in any other fucking direction. It's only when it's a white person. It's mental. Anyway, continuing on. And I always try to do my best there in my work and life. I dropped the ball here, and some of my language and logic and criticism of me on this point is 100% fair. See, this is the thing, isn't it, right? So he's not actually meaningfully apologizing to saying a bunch of crazy stuff about Wendigoon over this, you know, cultural stuff. This is responding to leftoid criticism, right? This is a very leftist criticism that's being made here that he's responding to, i.e., you know, you're misstepping as a white guy, not you've said a bunch of. I mean, what is it he said about? I think there was stuff that he said. Basically, it was to do with like Wendigoon's background, and he was making comments and statements about the validity of Wendigoon doing certain things on the basis of his racial makeup. I mean, that's crazy to me, whichever way you slice it, you know? But obviously, this is like a leftoid response to that. It's, oh, well, I'm sorry for talking about this stuff as a white guy, and yeah, I got it a bit wrong, you know? Okay. Anyway, continuing on. I really hope that you can see I thought that this is important to talk about and that I thought I was doing good, which is always my goal. It's pretty fucking troubling that this dude thinks doing good is half hearing a bunch of rumors about people that you don't like and writing up a script and putting it in a video. I mean, dude, is accuracy and facts not important to you? Do you not like have any issue with getting something correct? I mean, the other thing as well.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Leftist calls Wendigoon dangerous BC. He promotes being a happy, successful, conservative Christian family guy and not broke artsy loser like IPOs.
Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. It's like, yeah, like he's half heard a bunch of rumors and repeated them. Like the facts and accuracy, does that not make you feel ashamed that you've got so much stuff wrong? Like, what is good about that? I don't get it. Like, a bunch of people you don't like, who you admit you're emotional about, you just said a bunch of shit. Well, what good is that? What good is happening there? This guy is fucking pathetic, dude. This guy shouldn't be a content creator. This guy can't hack it. This is what we're getting after totally fair criticism of him getting a bunch of stuff wrong. And he's still kind of trying to, you know, it's not like he's really backing down. He's kind of like pretending to back down a bit, but he's still backing up his points. He's not just saying clearly, I'm right about this or I'm wrong about that. It's like, oh, well, I'm a bit sorry about this bit because I'm white. And it's difficult when you're a white guy on the internet, isn't it? But actually, I was trying to do good in this. Bro, this guy's so pathetic. Anyway, let's continue. I'm sorry to you again that I did not represent myself with the professionalism and standards that I normally hold myself to as a person and that you deserved as my audience. I'll be around for you to ask me any questions or to give me any feedback that you would like to provide. Thank you for understanding. There genuinely is not anything that I could say that could actually represent my real feelings of gratitude towards you all. Just really thank you for anything. Okay.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed
Thanks for the
people?
$2. I hate when people speak for Native Americans at you. Yep, true. In other words, yes, that is absolutely fucking 100% true. He is upset that he got caught. He's upset that he got caught out on a shitty hit piece. And if this was successful, he would not be, even if it was wrong, if he had broad support. Well, I mean, I don't really know what the tides are like from the other side. I think the problem is he attacked too broadly as well. He tried to rope in too many people, Also trying to rope in people that aren't hardline political, really. Like Brandon Buckingham is my understanding, he's more of like a normie guy that makes content that's quite broadly appealing. I don't think it's particularly hardline politically minded, is it? Like he made a very well-received video going after like Sneeko. Right? It's like attacking people like that, especially with very shitty criticisms, to rope them into your criticism of Wendigoon is probably just like a terrible idea. So yeah, I'd imagine that there's probably only a very core, extremely leftoid soy fan base that is even willing to come out and defend you. I think everyone else, even more kind of normies and stuff, are coming after you. Now, the public blowback didn't bother him. He freaked out when he caught wind of the Native American curses being cast on him. Okay. He put out a community post saying he's received harassment. I do not condone it, but you kind of invoke karma when you straight misreport or lie about people. I mean, yeah. True enough. One last quick note. Hey, everyone. I've already publicly addressed this on Twitter and Patreon, but I thought I would do one community note before I left. See, this is the other problem too. It's this kind of creep of like, just in one more statement. One more statement, it will make everything okay. Just do one clear statement on what you want to say about the situation. Like if I was this guy's PR agent, okay? If I was this guy's PR dude, I would say, listen, man, looking at the facts of the matter, you have made some claims here which just aren't correct. What you should do is strongly walk back and apologize the things that you've got wrong. Put out one statement about it
wonderful.
in a video, probably to camera, saying, like a YouTube apology. Thank you for the $2 New Zealand dollars. One to the YouTube camera. I'm sorry. Do the fucking YouTube apology thing and just state clearly what you got wrong, and then move on to the next fucking project. Right? This little bits and pieces here, there, different platforms, words rather than you speaking, so people can at least get a bit more of a human side. It's just, cut all the fucking gay shit that you do in the video. Just sit there and say, this is what I got wrong, and I issue a complete apology to these people, and da-da-da-da. That's about as good as you're going to get from this situation, But this little bitty response across platforms is just bad, and it's dripping in self-victimization shit as well. It's just pathetic, man. Well, never apologize. I do agree with the never apologize thing. If it's like a joke or something that's gone down badly. But we're talking about slandering people. I don't know, man. I mean, even if you don't apologize. I mean, you should maybe don't apologize. Maybe just correct the record. You don't even have to apologize. Just correct the record and say, I got some stuff wrong. I'm going to clarify now what I got wrong. But yeah, anyway. Hey everyone, on a community before I left, I've decided it best at the moment to take down the entire bad conservative horror video. Womp womp. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh boy. Fucking hell, man. That's rough. It's just so tragic to me that you can make an entire video that's that long and then just fold when the pressure's too hot. Fucking hell, dude. It does not represent me and who I wish to be as a person or a creator. I admit that I messed up pretty badly in my delivery and made a lot of mistakes, and I'm really sorry for that. See, this is the problem, is now he's conceding to more errors and mistakes that have been made. Like, just think about it for a day and clearly what you feel you've got wrong and just put that out, because now you look like a flip-flopper that's constantly changing their mind about what it is you actually got wrong. You know, and made a lot of mistakes. Like, you probably just want to say what they are clearly so people know that, and then go, okay, well, at least he said he was wrong about that, you know? And you're still going to get shit. And you're still going to get a lot of shit for that. People think that issuing out this kind of statement is going to wipe the slate clean and people are all going to love you or not be mean to you. That's not going to happen. People are going to bring this up forever. There's a black mark in your record that people are always going to try and fucking bring up. And you just got to accept that and move forward, you know? But if you've issued a strong correction, you can at least point to that and go, well, yeah, I've said my piece there. I don't have anything more to say about it. You know, you can keep coming at me for this if you want, but I've got nothing more to say. I've said my piece about it. But now we've got statements issued and then deleted. Now he's coping in his fucking Discord about it. God, dude, this guy's doing it all wrong. He's going to get shit on from both sides. True. Okay. I'm really sorry for that. If I could do it again, I obviously would have done everything differently. This kind of content is not my forte, and I've avoided it in the past because of that. Ooh. Oof. After being harassed in December by Wendigoon fans and called slurs dozens of times, I was deeply upset over how I'd been treated and my perception of him not calling off the attack. Why does he have to call off the attack? Please stop. Everyone, please stop calling In Praise of Shadows a faggot. I'm saying that as a quote and a meme. I don't mean the word, to be clear, Twitch, okay? But could you imagine that statement? You're kind of giving the game away a little bit, aren't you? Like, why would you fucking say that? Like, obviously, the best thing to do is to just ignore the shit. And, you know, if you really are that fucking bothered, maybe go to Wendigoon directly. I mean, Wendigoon seems like the kind of guy that would probably help you out because he seems like a, you know, God-fearing Christian man. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, if anything, it would make people do it more. Like, people would be more inclined to do it because they recognize it's causing you a problem. That was a satirical usage of the F slur. Please don't ban me, Twitch, okay? Oh, hopefully that's okay. I'll be fine. Mods, come on. You know me. We're just chilling. Anyway, after being harassed in December by Wendigoon fans, I was deeply upset over how I've been treated and my perception of equality. I acted out of hurt and acted in a way uncharacteristic of myself. What the fuck? That was December. You're still mad as of December, dude. Some people have described the video as being very raw, but with that comes an element of being underbaked. I didn't do the level of research I should and normally would have done. I messed up there and fully acknowledge that in every way, so I'm taking it down. Fucking hell, dude. That's rough. That is rough. At the same time, I do not believe the harassment I've received these past few days has been called for based on what I have done. Oh, man. Yeah, if you say something insane or shit, you're going to get a bunch of shit. I don't know what can you say? Yeah, you're a public figure. You want the fucking benefit of getting all the praise and attention when you do something good. But the flip side of that is if you do something that is considered real bad, like being dishonest and lying and making shit up about people, you're going to get a fucking bad run of it. Yeah, welcome to the fucking internet, dude. It is what it is. You know? Any criticism of my work is fair and I accept, welcome and own that. We all make, and the thing is, well, he's responded to it so badly too, you know? We're all measured by our words and our actions, but I do think it is dangerous that these creators do not tweet about or acknowledge the obvious situation at play. Right, so he is bothered. So basically, this guy has like shit on people and slandered them simply to try to condemn Wendigoon. And now he's like, oh, but now their fans are coming after me and they're not doing anything about it. You said that fucking Brandon Buckingham had made a rape threat. Bro, yeah, exactly. You said an insane thing about someone. Where was your concern about the harassment they might receive then? And now you've done that, right? And you're getting some shit from it. You're wanting them to speak out and say, please don't fucking come after this guy. You know, you said a guy did a rape threat. And you would probably still be backing that up if you hadn't had the response that you did. God, these people are so... these people are so insufferable, bro. They just can't hack it. They just cannot hack being a content creator. Go and get a normal job. I'll be fine. This is the last thing I'll say before I log off for a while. I want to reevaluate what I want my work to be, how I want to stand as a positive force within horror, and how to be my best self. Yes, true. He said a bunch of crazy stuff, yeah. I hope you will believe in me and my work again when I return. Again, for my mistakes in the video, I'm sorry. I'll be back again a stronger and better self, both for me and for you. And then he deleted the community post. He deleted the post. Dude is so fake with this damage control shit. Do you know what this reminds me of? Nick is not green. It reminds me of Nick is not green. Where it's like, and these constant apologies that don't actually get to the heart of it. And flip-flopping, deleting stuff. Just put out one statement. Say your piece with conviction and then move on. That's it. Pathetic. I think we've seen that. Okay. And then we move on to this, which is where it gets real fucking bad. Okay. This is rough, dude. He went to his Discord, which I don't know how public it is, if it's like a Patreon or what, I don't know. But he went to his Discord and started fucking coping. I tell you what, Chris the Narc, he's got fucking eyes everywhere, hasn't he? He's constantly getting these little bitty leaks here and there. Oh yeah, I've got these Discord leaks and this guy... Bro, what's he doing? He's got shooters. Zane. He/him. Real talk. Do you all think I come back from this? Pretty sad tonight, to be fully honest. If I just start back with my normal kind of work, do you all think things will be fine in the long run? I could not imagine in a million years going into my Discord and being like, hey guys, do you think I'm going to be okay? I just get mocked. I'd get fucking berated if I did something like that. The thing is, there are peaks and troughs with this stuff. And obviously this guy's having a bad run of it because he's had a shitty video.
Okay,
stuff,
that's wonderful. Right? But how do I make money off depressed people?
Coping with your pay pigs in Discord.
Like, just deal with it and move on. I don't know.
We're winning, lads.
Like, if you really can't handle something like this, you're just in the wrong line of work and you need to get a regular job. Yeah, guys, am I finished? Yes, I made a terrible video. I apologize to everyone I mentioned in it. I was way off. Then make a new video, totally unrelated. And yeah, people will just move on. You know, you'll get people that are shitty in the comments. You'll get people that are like, you know, oh, you made that video, it really sucked. You just got to ignore it. You're always going to get fucking haters and detractors and people that don't like what you do. You just got to ignore it and move forward. Who cares? A bunch of fucking retards molding in the YouTube comments. Yeah, good luck. If they post a really long one, delete it because it's funny. You know, something like that. I don't know. I do that sometimes. If someone just posts a really long molding comment, I just delete it. I don't even read it. They might actually be saying they like my stuff and I just delete it anyway. But no, you can just do stuff like that. That's just funny. It makes you laugh. You just think, oh yeah, you fucking idiot. That's it. You know? Or make a fucking video picking out the weakest criticisms against you and shit on them. I don't know. Monetize it. But yeah. I mean, if he was James Somerton, he wouldn't be allowed to move on. Yeah, but the thing is, okay, you're thinking of the Soys, okay, right? The Soys didn't want to let James Somerton move on because they got their teeth into something that they felt justified in being morally virtuous about and buried him into the fucking ground, right? The kinds of people that are coming after this guy for this, if he put out a statement and just flatly apologized, right, there might be a bit of discourse about it for a little while. But then he'd make a video next month and there'd probably be something else everyone is talking about. So no one's even going to fucking notice. Or they'd probably look at the video and think, oh, I wonder what he's released this time. I wonder if he's shitting on conservatives again. And it's like a 2-hour queer analysis of Hellraiser. People are probably just going to go, okay, and move on and not think about it, you know? And all his fans will just watch the video. Like, you don't need, it's not that fucking deep, you know? Okay, let's see what else he's got to say. God, this is rough. This is a rough read, I must say. Oof. Zane, he/him. Yeah, I knew this was going to get rough, but it's harder than I anticipated. The rest of the year is supposed to be a lot of fun. I've even cancelled 2 videos in the schedule to replace them with more on-brand ideas. I just couldn't live with myself. Is that what he's talking about? Is that what we're dealing with here? I don't know. Is that what we're going to be seeing? Oh, cool. Better help. I just couldn't live with myself. If I prevented my partner from having a good life because of my decisions, that's what has been on my mind the most here. I just hope that when I come back, things will be well received. I've decided to leave Twitter completely. A lot of YouTubers have, and I made the mistake of staying there when they took their exit. Why do you need to leave Twitter? Do you know what people's biggest mistake is? Right?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chat, I made a fucking awful video and I got valid backlash for it. Should I KMS?
Thank you for the super chat. What? I don't understand why people do it. I ignore about 95% of the comments on Twitter, right? I've got it all set up, so only people that I think I follow, I think I see the notifications from. I'll sometimes have a scan through if I, if I want to see what's going on, but generally speaking, most people are just in the peanut gallery. All you're going to get, if you look at that, is a bunch of peanuts getting chucked at you. It's like, why bother, Some fucking retard spurging out. Yeah, who cares? Just put your thing on Twitter, get a bit of fucking ad revenue from Elon, and then go about your day. Why would you pay that much heed to what retards are saying on Twitter? Some of these people have got such a weird way of looking at this stuff where they put so much stock into, reading all the Twitter shit. And just don't bother. Who cares? Have fun. Have fun with it. Yeah, especially if you're getting called slurs and you don't like it. It's like you're literally just subjecting yourself to the thing that you don't like willingly, Like what do people expect to find in a Twitter reply from fucking, Hitler Rapist 1488? What do you expect Hitler Rapist 1488 to say to you that is so mind-blowing and so eye-opening that you must see it under all circumstances? Bro, he's probably just going to call you a slur and that's it. Why bother even looking? Go to your friends if you want feedback and advice about stuff. It's just so crazy to me that people do this to themselves. It's like a form of self-torture. It's like you're willingly putting your hand into a fucking thumbscrew and turning it. Why? Don't bother. Just ignore it. Who cares, bro? Who cares, man? Fuck off. Right, what's this? Zane, he/him. Oh yeah, nobody in the video has actually refuted any of what I said, lol. Ooh. I agree with Chris and Ark here. Oof, indeed. Oh, dude, that is rough. Ooh, smug. Uh-oh. That's not a good look, is it? Nobody in the video has actually refuted any of what I said, lol. They only point out small individual things that are wrong, but don't actually go so far as to say that what I said wasn't right.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thinking Sabercat with 200 bits. I think this shadow guy has watched the Renegade cut. It was gone super full anarchist, and doesn't have the political education and makes massive assumptions, like all the South being racist. Thank you for the 200 bits. Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he? He said if you see a white guy in somewhere in the South, they're probably racist. You should think of them as racist until they prove otherwise. At least he likes the art. Too bad he called Worms art transphobic, even though it was just art to make Kevils look ugly, like this artwork here. But, you know, transphobia or whatever. Unrelated to this, but I have wanted to say that despite everything that's been going on being pretty brutal on Twitter, brutal is watching your loved one get chopped to bits with a chainsaw in front of you. That is what I would think of as like brutal, okay? And then they cut your legs off for a laugh. That is a brutal act. There's nothing happening on Twitter that I would consider brutal. The only things that are happening on Twitter that are brutal are against the law, and it's probably getting removed anyway, right? People calling you a slur on Twitter is not brutal. And again, why are you fucking looking at it, dude? Brutality that you are yourself exposing yourself to. Oh my god. There's thousands of people here calling me a slur. I better keep looking at it. Oh, yeah, there's another one. There we go. Bro, you're doing it to yourself. And even though it's supposed to be very mean and hurt my feelings, I do actually kind of love this drawing of me that's been going around. I think it's pretty funny. Oh my god, dude. I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't know. The point here being that what is this? Is this phobic towards you because it's a caricatured, ugly representation of you? Obviously not. So Zane, he/him, says, I hope so. I always knew I'd be hated by some, but I really didn't think this could be a career-ending move. I think the career-ending move is making a number of, you know, non-factual statements and claiming it's fact to smear people. I think, you know, that is the thing that, if anything, would be a career ender. But only if you let it. If you just put out a statement and said, I got this wrong, I fucked up real bad, apologies, and moved on to the next project, everyone would fucking forget. Yeah, exactly. He's not even tried. Dude, it's so crazy to me. This guy is acting like this is the end. Why? He's got self-confidence issues, clearly. Just keep going. Keep moving forward.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed
Crazy.
people?
This dude is constantly defanging he/him self constantly.
This was too funny not to post. James Summerton saying the Patreon billing will resume soon is a wild way to end that. Oh no. Oh no! He went after Summerton! Well, this guy deserves everything he's getting. Unlucky, bro. Oh, how does it feel? Now the shoe's on the other foot, motherfucker. Unlucky. Me reaping, me sowing. Bro, come off it, dude. You cannot be serious. Dude. No way. Well, any small shred, very minimal small shred of sympathy just evaporated for this guy. He deserves everything he fucking gets. He jumped onto the dog pile against Summerton. And now he's upset that the shoe's on the other foot. Give me a fucking break, bro. Oh, that was my point with the Summerton comment earlier. Right, got it, okay. Yeah, so James Summerton saying the Patreon billing will resume soon as well, to end that. Even if you were empathetic in the beginning of it, with the story of how these weeks have been, he tanks it himself by the end. Honestly, it was just sad to watch and hard to finish. It wasn't actually an actual apology. Not that I thought it would be. He clearly is very unwell and evidently has been for a long time. I don't want him to republish his old videos, and I'm kind of surprised he said something this early. He missed his one chance to make an actual statement. Did he not write this? Dude, it's so crazy that he wrote this, and then this exact thing now applies to him by his own logic. Oof. Oh my God, what is this? No way. Look. Please let this be the next Summerton event. Yes, people would tear this up as being the next H-Bomber guy on Summerton, with Wendigoon being the Summerton. But no, the monkeys pour cold. That's fucking brilliant, man. Oof. Okay, so we went after Summerton, so unlucky. Okay. He responded to Willy video and what Wendigoon said in it. He wanted Wendigoon to do more to stop the criticism he is getting. Plus, that Wendigoon didn't watch enough of the video when he made his first comment to reflect. And my brother, the guy's a massive snake. Also, did he ever address that his fans sent hate towards you? In the YouTube comment, he said he was sorry that people said mean things to me. He did say that to his credit, but I think he could have done more to stop this. What do these people want? I just like look. People are mean on the internet. I don't know what to tell you. I like it's like look, it's not as if these people like I say, if you'd have just put out a fucking statement and left it at that and moved forward, no one would give two fucks about this. For a little while they would, but then it would move on. But you've issued out various different statements.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Someone needs to copy-paste this guy's Summerton tweet and leave it under his tweets. Fuck this guy, his shit career is over. Never come back to the internet.
Thank you very much. An Austrian painter. Appreciate that. What can someone possibly do? Wendigoon's got a massive platform. We don't even know if it's his fans directly that are doing it. You can't really stop people from being dickheads on the internet. Deal with it. Bro, what does he expect Wendigoon to do? But I think he could have done more to stop this. I think a tweet earlier would have done a lot of good here. That's just my opinion on the matter, though. But this is all dying down, so I don't want to say much on it because I think all involved would like me to move on, lol. Little wretch. I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire at all, so please don't screenshot this and post it anywhere. No. Thank you for the bits. Watch this video from the channel if you thought Kevin Spacey was cringe. Okay, thank you very much for the bits. I don't know if I'll get to that video. That's a good long read comment, but thank you. Thank you for the bits. I just got nervous because my Patreon post got leaked online and made the situation more intense for a bit. I just wanted to let folks know that Wendigoon did actually type out a response to the situation. He commented on the video, but that was within an hour or two of the video going up, so I don't think that one should really fully count because there wasn't enough time to actually reflect on everything going on. Scam logic. Listen, it's 100 bits, okay? I'm not reading out someone's treatise for 100 bits, okay? It's 300 bits for a reason. If it's a short comment, I'll read it, okay? And what even is this fucking video that you want me to watch? What is it? Is it the guy we're talking about? See, look, Starlo's making me look at it now because he called me a scammer. Okay, it is the guy, to be fair. It's a 40-minute video about a Halloween novelization. Thank you for the recommendation, but I don't know if we'll get to it. Thank you. Anyway. What did the Wendigoon say, anyway? So, and no, he never reached out. There was a lot. He got objective. There was a lot he got wrong objectively. Parlor poop with the face. Thank you.
Do people really think you can control your communities like a real-time
strategy
$5 game?
Some people do, and it's retarded. I literally don't care about any of this shit. Oh, control your community. Who cares, bro? It's the internet. Talk your shit, okay? As long as people aren't breaking... Like, look, platforms rules exist for a fucking reason, okay? As long as they're not breaking the rules, and you do have to have some level of control over that, right? Within your own community areas. I mean, yeah, people can do what the fuck they want, can't they? If they want to leave a shitty comment, that's not against the law or against the rules, as long as it's not too harsh, and people can do that. Like, that's up to them at the end of the day, you know? Like, if someone's doxing or, you know, I don't know... If someone's doing something particularly shitty, then it's fine to reach out and say, hey, this is a bit excessive. But just talking shit and responding on public platforms is just a pathetic thing to get bothered about. You got control over that. You control your own socials to be able to tailor the experience to what you want. If you want it to be a bunch of people yelling the F slur at you, you can have it be that. If you don't want that, you can lock down your account. Not lock it down as in go private, but you can lock it down so you only see certain notifications. You never have to see what anyone fucking says to you. So stupid, man. Anyway, a yellow dog, thanks for the super sticker. And no, he never reached out. There was a lot he got wrong, even objectively. I would have been happy to clear up, even for a hit piece. For example, my parents are not rich.
How do I make money?
Thanks for the 5 gift membership, Sliggins. Thank you. Very generous. Thank you. My parents are not rich. In the quote, he even reads, I say, my dad lost everything, and that was all before I was born. I never went hungry, but my father cut a lot of corners to make that happen. I don't mind people thinking I come from money. But it was just one of many assumptions made. I feel bad for him. Okay. I'll look at super chats in a minute, okay? I appreciate it. Keep them coming, but okay, we need to just chill a bit. Just keep sending the money, and I will look at them in a minute, okay? Because I need to get through this. Thank you very much for all the support, guys. I never went hungry, but my father cut a lot of corners to make that happen. I don't mind people thinking I come from money, but it was just one of many assumptions made. I feel bad for him. The guy seems to have a lot of hate in his heart, and that can't be easy on the bones. I don't have any malice, and I meant what I said in my comment on the video. I hope no one harasses him on my behalf. If I make a tweet saying that, however, that will just drive more eyes towards him, and I don't want that as a lot of people are mad regardless of what I say. I wish him the best and hope he finds what he's looking for. Okay. So that was Wendigoon's comment. I mean, Wendigoon is just, obviously treating this with a lot of grace. I mean, he's like a God-fearing Christian guy, right? So that kind of fits in with his religion. Obviously, I prefer people to be more aggro, but I don't know, man. It's not that big a deal. I think it's fine if he wants to just play. I think the thing is as well is obviously he's the kind of guy where he obviously doesn't want the fucking smoke and the problem of like making it seem like he is signing off or justifying that behavior. So he's trying to play it a bit more chill, Yeah, exactly. It's like the perfect way of dealing with it in order to kind of make it look like, well, I don't think he does want the hate to go his way. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy, But yeah, anyway. I did see a funny comment under this that said roughly, if someone gets called slurs by your fans non-stop, then they do have the right to hate you, lol. If someone gets called slurs by your fans non-stop, then they do have the right to hate you. Why? What's it got to do with you? As long as you're not provoking or instigating or suggesting that kind of behavior, what has that got to do with you? Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy, this guy. Okay. And then finally, the penny drops. Okay. The penny drops here. Just FYI, there is someone on here who is screenshotting conversations and leaking them out of this space. To prevent any of you from being harassed, we all need to avoid talking about Wendigoon completely from here on and the situation. Dude, that's so pathetic, man. Oh. I got, I got caught. We've been caught, so we can't do the thing that we were doing anymore. God, that's so pathetic, dude. So it is literally what I said. He's slinked back to his core community in order to be free from scrutiny and criticism for the things that he's saying. Yeah, we're going to watch the Brandon Buckingham video. That's been suggested as the best one. Okay, after I finish reading all this, I'll do the catch up with the super chats. To prevent any of you from being... Okay, what's done is done. What's said has been said, and we can all just move on and grow from this. He was treating Discord like a private chat and not a PR manipulation tool. Dude, I just, like, it's fine if you want to say some shit about something. Why would you do it in a place where it's so public? Just seems crazy to me. Just keep it to the DMs. Fair enough. My apologies for this. No worries at all. That's unfortunate. It probably is for the best not to continue talking about this. Honestly, kind of nervous about the screenshotting because I joined in text chat and typed quite a bit. I don't have any social media, so the idea of having any of what I shared online is really upsetting. Not that I know any of what I typed was screenshotted. Oh my god. No, people are going to look at my Discord messages in a public forum or somewhat public forum. Why? Why are you so bothered by that? Anyway, it's a random person, I guess, but fuck me. Oh. Yes, he threw... Exactly. He started all of this, literally. He's the one that begun all this with his insane claims in his videos. I'm genuinely very sorry about that. I never intended for that to happen. Bro, okay. Yeah, this guy is a fucking idiot loser.